schedule release just dropped, and they saying it's the hardest schedule in the NFL, bro. What are your initial thoughts of the Bears' schedule?
I kind of expected that just because we play in the hardest division in the league. So
Exactly.
7 of the games is going to be against the best teams in the league. So that's one take. But the second take is, yeah, that's just a narrative they like to run with because you don't know what team, what everybody's going to look like once the season actually starts. There's going to be games at the back half of the year that are like, oh, yeah, this is going to be a tough one because you perceive that opponent to be good, but they're going to be ass
Yeah, dude.
by
It
then. You
it's
know
a
what I'm
it's a
saying?
games that look tough as shit before the season. I mean, we're looking at the schedule like, we'll be lucky with 9 wins last year, and then we go on and win the division. The gauntlet towards the end of the season: Eagles, Packers, Lions, all those games, and the Bears ended up, splitting with the Packers, beating the Eagles, losing to the 49ers and Lions, but we were in a good spot. Beat the Steelers too. That looked like a hard game prior to the season playing out. So, yeah, honestly, for me, I saw Colin Cowherd talk about it too. When you have a good team, good coach, good quarterback, strength of schedule really don't matter. You're gonna play the good teams regardless. But it only really helps those teams that need that bump in a schedule where they're, ascending to be a good team, or those teams that um I don't know. Yeah, it really only helps certain teams, like a really good strength of schedule. So the Bears last season had the second hardest strength of schedule, and still things turned out. I do like how many primetime games we got. 6 primetime games this season.
Yeah, we're the hottest team in the league. That's all I see on the fucking ESPN nowadays.
Oh yeah.
They got to talk about us now.
Out of the primetime games you have seen, which one are you most excited to watch?
Um,
Let me
that's a
pull up
good
the list.
question.
So Eagles, Bears, week 3, Monday Night Football. Bears versus Patriots, week 7, Thursday Night Football. Bears versus Bucks, that's a Sunday Night Football game. Bears versus Bills, that's a Saturday night football game, week 15. And then Bears versus Lions on Thanksgiving. Bears versus Packers on Christmas.
I think, Green Bay is the obvious one.
Oh, hey, that might ruin our shit, bro.
Green Bay is the obvious one. I do like the Seattle game. I feel like that's going to be a good measuring stick. And then the Bills, I like that one just because I know we gonna see on the same stage,
Josh
arguably
Allen.
the best quarterback in
DJ
Josh
Moore
Allen
on the Bills too.
and DJ Moore. Yeah, that's a good point too. So there's a lot of storylines and a lot of people comp Caleb to Josh Allen.
Hmm.
It's
About
just
get
obviously
Yeah,
shorter,
yeah.
but very similar in terms of just a freak athlete that can also play the quarterback position. So I'm excited to see that one for sure.
Me too. And I think out of those matchups, obviously, we'll dive deeper into the holiday ones. But Bears versus Bills, I think that's a matchup I'm excited to see. Seattle Bears, I think that's a game too where Caleb Williams against that Seahawks defense, he struggled a lot. Defense, they lost some pieces. The Seattle Seahawks lost pieces in general, but I think that's a good litmus test for us to see how good we are against still a team that's defending their honor as the best team in the NFC. I don't think they'll be that this year. I think they'll still be in the playoffs, a good team, but it'll be a good litmus test for us. Bears vs. Eagles week 3 too is a good one too. But I like how the schedule pans out. There's a break within all these primetime matchups and primetime games. Um, my question for you is, do you think 6 primetime games for the Bears will be a good thing or a bad thing for this season?
Well, I think it'll be a great thing because that's what you want as an ascending team. You
Yeah.
don't want to shy away from the bright lights. Like, what are we talking about? Every playoff game is it's prime time. So the goal is to get as many as possible to prepare you for that playoff atmosphere. So having a hard schedule is actually a good thing because it prepares you for the playoffs. And you see a lot of teams who maybe have a dominant record against uh, bad teams, and then they come out and lay an egg in the playoffs. So it's like, or they come from a shitty division and they
Mm.
steamrolled them, and they They don't have that callus or that challenge that prepared them for the next step.
Yeah, so it's nice that we get that early on, get a lot of battle test games to prove who we are exactly. And Caleb Williams, yeah, one of the more entertaining players in the NFL last season. The offense, electrifying creativity. Like the Bears were a fun team to watch. For us as Bears fans, we were on the edge of our seats every game. But watching this team without like, all right, if they lose, the rest of my week is ruined. They're probably the funnest team to watch in the NFL. Like games against the Bengals, the Giants game, like every game was a comeback. And obviously, we don't want to have to come back in every game next season. But I think just some of the entertainment with this team, they had to put them on prime time. And I'm just excited for everybody to see Caleb on that big stage. How do you think he'll handle the big stage? Is a follow up question.
No, I think he's clutch as fuck. He's got the clutch scene. I've seen it at Oklahoma. I've seen it at USC, and
First
now I'm
game at
seeing it with the
Oklahoma was crazy.
Bears.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt in my mind he has ice water in his veins, and I think it just stems from him just being 100% confident in who he is. Like he hasn't shied away from the things that make him different because those are the things that make him great too. So we got the guy. There's no questions
Yeah.
about that.
I'm excited to see some quarterback duels, Josh Allen
Right.
versus Caleb Williams. That's going to be fun seeing matchups
Yeah.
like that.
And I think that's the only negative is we're like, fuck it. We just gonna have the best offense in the league and we're gonna have to figure it out defensively because we didn't do enough to close out games last year, and that's why we had to come back a lot. So without adding to the pass rush, I see that might be another challenge we struggle with, even
Yeah.
though I think it'll be better than last year.
I think it will be too if we stay healthy, but I'm not as confident as Ryan Poles, Dennis Allen, these motherfuckers are, bro.
Nah.
They too
And
confident.
it goes with it. We only got a certain amount of cash. We're not, the sexiest team in terms of owners having a bajillion dollars and they just,
Yeah.
can cash motherfuckers out in free agency or spend a bunch of picks on a trade
Yeah. Adam
and
Schefter
just don't
saying
got
we
that wiggle
broke.
room. He literally said that
Crazy.
on national television.
That was
And
crazy. Tapped in. Yeah.
that's the last nigga you want to say something like that about you.
Exactly.
He texting everybody in the league.
Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see Caleb, like I said, duel out with these quarterbacks. I think the Patriots versus Bears is another matchup that should be a lot of fun. Seeing Drake May versus Caleb, and Drake May is going to
Yeah.
have AJ Brown in that game. So, we'll see which quarterback plays better. I know that's still a running debate. People might think it's Drake May, but I still think Daniels and Caleb, I think, are quarterbacks that you can't forget about. Drake May went to the Super Bowl, but circumstances when you really dive into that season, I don't know, man.
Yeah, and Daniels is just he's too small.
Yeah, he be getting hurt too much. It's tough.
Yeah. I don't see that changing. You only get more hurt the older you get,
Yeah,
the more you
exactly.
play.
I just
Like
want
you
to.
don't get less hurt.
Yeah, I want to see bro stay healthy and play like how he was able to play his rookie season. I want to see more of that. Think he's an exciting player. I mean, who knows? We could even see an NFC Championship game, Commanders Bears down the road. Who knows? Nah.
I'm not high on dude just because of just what we already talked about, and I don't know if that's I don't have the same belief in that roster as I did in the past.
Yeah. The roster he took to the championship game was crazy though. Like, it's just gonna come down to his health, and that's a question year in, year out. But I would want him to get an extension done with, Keenan Allen. I would want him to stay with the Chicago Bears for maybe 2 or 3 more years because he's coming off his best season last year with the Chargers.